is the brand new competitive shooter from Triangle Factory, one of VR's most celebrated multiplayer developers. It's a huge leap in ambition for the Breachers studio, moving from tight squad-based battles to enormous maps for up to 32 players with drivable vehicles. Keep an eye out for early access launch on MetaQuest 2 and up, PC VR and Pico in late 2025. Make sure to join the game's Discord channel to follow along with development. Forefront is also exactly the kind of experience that encapsulates what the VR Game Showcase is all about. A dedicated studio pushing the boundaries of immersion with considered exactly the kind of experience that encapsulates the kind of on MetaQuest 2 and up, PC VR and Pico in late 2025. Make sure to join the game's Discord channel to follow along with development. Forefront is also exactly the kind of experience that encapsulates what the VR Game Show.
Mic check, can you hear me? Despite the headset is not correct, I need to give up my opinion because I think I'm more or less a VR veteran, and because of I'm playing since 2017. That's why I claim I'm a VR veteran. Anyway, there is a problem. This is a VR shooter, VR multiplayer shooter. And these VR multiplayer shooters have it really hard to get a foundation. The amount of players are limited and they are all spread into a few VR shooters. There's Pavlov, Contractors Showdown, and then a few exceptions like Breachers. So it's really, not so smart to come up now with VR shooters at this time period. Because VR shooters give you often, with one VR shooter you have often everything. Pavlov plays like Call of Duty, Pavlov plays like Battlefield. Depending on the weapon, on the difference to other VR shooters is often just a weapon spread, a few mechanics and different button combinations, stuff like that. But it's really, really hard to get the crowd to another new shooter. So you need to come up with really something crazy that the people say, oh, I'll stop playing Pavlov. Or they say, I also play this game as well. Daily. Our Pavlov and this new VR shooter. Or maybe. So let's see, what was this VR shooter? This was only a few seconds gameplay. So we already saw this trailer. I remember it was mediocre. Sorry, there was nothing. Maybe I was not looking close enough. Let's see again. Quest. Okay, it's a standalone game. You don't need a PC. We shouldn't complain about this because that VR is possible without a PC. It's a miracle that we play Pavlov Shark nowadays. How we play it without PC is crazy. Imaginable 2 or 4 years ago with Quest 1. Look at this. And this is a graphic we are used to it. And maybe it's also often complicated because it can be the case this game is developed for Quest 2 and not with Quest 3 in mind. So they don't go to the maximum limit that is possible, to the graphic limit that is possible, to the view distance that is possible. But who knows, maybe this is already the limit, the capable Quest 3 quality. So we watch now this trailer on a 2D screen, and despite it's looking sterile, mediocre-ish, nothing special. Sorry that I say it so hard, but it's looked like a shooter that I saw 1,000 times. Let me guess, this is not Unreal Engine, the other engine that all people are using. Vehicle, we have drive-by action. The people look like Pavlov. I did exactly the same shit in Pavlov. Okay, I was not able to look out of the window in Pavlov. Is he pressing a button now, or is he really leaning out? And why it look like he is leaning on the car front, on the car door here? You wouldn't feel anything when you do this type of motion. Is he now in VR doing this motion here? You know what I mean? So is he leaning out? No, he's probably just pressing a button, standing straight at the moment, but he is holding a button while driving and he's leaning out of the window, and maybe you aim just like you're used to it, but he is leaning out of the window. It's really confusing. Because this wouldn't look like that if a player would now in real life try to look out of the virtual car. This would not look like that. This is a prepared animation. Anyway, maybe it's arcadish. supposed to be far. Oh, look at this. We have... Oh, a second look is good, guys. Is this a Battlefield? No explanation.
Is the brand new competitive shooter from Triangle Factory. One of VR's
Guys.
most celebrated
Stop.
developers.
I don't saw it's a Battlefield. Hold on. The mic is so loud now that I don't need... This game is a Battlefield. The only thing that can catch me up from Pavlov. Ironically, Pavlov become now a Battlefield as well. We have Conquest mode. We have vehicles. We can fly choppers. There are no jets so far. Will also come eventually. So Pavlov started as a Counter-Strike game 2017 with a deathmatch function, but now you can basically play Call of Duty maps, you can jump, you have Conquest, you have TTT, and the same phenomenon see you with Contractors. Contractors is heavy moddable, and Contractors is even more crazier because it has Team Fortress 2, can play in Contractors, Team Fortress 2, and it's actually just a Contractors mod. But it feels like you play Team Fortress 2 VR version. And there's more, Star Wars. And that's what I try to explain. When you have one good shooter, you have a big foundation to give you with one VR multiplayer shooter. This is the power of this VR multiplayer shooters. And that is the thing that I realized over a year, the first year that I play VR shooters in Pavlov, that one good VR shooter with a good foundation is actually a shooter that should be able to give you all game modes. All you don't need, when you have one good multiplayer shooter, you can be a monopoly in VR. The only thing you can come up with a future shooter, or hero shooter, something completely different, or Craig 3 style arena shooter. We end now the topic here. Fact, it's maybe a Battlefield. So it has my attention. By the way, there was a cheap Battlefield for free, right? This Battlefield that was looking minimalistic. Battlefront, There was someone creating a VR mod for this Battlefield. For this a half year ago. It looks freaking cheap, but the gameplay is perfect. And that's why the people was enjoying it. BattleBit. I remember, guys. Ha! BattleBit. I'm waiting for this VR mod, man. There's someone claim he is making a VR mod for BattleBit, and there are even videos existing on YouTube. Let's visit that guy again. This is a half year ago. Is he still on this project? This is the thing I'm really interested in. And yeah, VR market make no money with that. When VR mods, VR cannot grow. Or is it the opposite, actually? It's both. What I try to say is VR cannot grow when we play these old games and make VR mods. We need also to give attention real VR games. So, and this BattleBit is a good Battlefield, and someone make a VR mod. But this is wrong here. What we see, there's someone trying with WobX. BattleBit VR mod. I saw really motion controls. I saw the holy grail. This guy was using motion controls in BattleBit. Here, he is also the developer of this. He's the only guy that has access to this, or is a developer.
Well, it looks like we're finally gonna get it in VR.
Bro, no, it's not him.
Finally be able to play in VR. Luckily from a
Look at this manual reloading. Where is he? This is not the attack dev. Yeah, genau. Okay, attack dev. Let's search for this guy. What a name. Attack dev 4000. Huh. I like creativity. Boy, I'm so done, guys. We make party yesterday. Well, I need probably a few days to come back to life. I hope this few days are enough. I hope that I will ever get back to topic, by the way. This is BattleBit VR mod. 1 year. It's already 1 year ago that we hear about this project that I really want. This is the only thing I would really, there would be a switch in my side that say, oh, play this now. And this switch is so rarely that this is happening nowadays that I have the feeling, oh, the game, or I want to continue the game, or I want to play multiplayer, and I'm probably getting old, or it's time to retire from VR shooters. Look at this. Just kidding, guys. I'm freaking experienced. I'm old, but of course, I have more experience. Can be a benefit. Oh man, this looks cheap. But it's the game himself. So the question is he holding the weapon with both hands? Nope. This can be considered as cheating when the game is, when you play it without VR and the weapon has freaking spread in something. Or he's on single shot, so we can't make a decision. Is there spread? Is there recoil? As long as he's shooting on single shot, yeah, it's supposed to be like that. And this looks ugly. Even the cheap looking games in VR are often beautiful. It's just you are around it of this unrealistic abstract world. To be fair, this gray colors, this looks not appealing to me. Also, it's not a nice place to be. This sterile looking house. So you can come up with cheap graphic, but get sure you get the steel right. The color pattern right. When you have the time. Nowadays, developer have no time for this shit. Nowadays, developer work for priority list. And when it's not necessary, it will not be fixed, or it will be fixed after we sell the game. Back to topic again. I'm a little bit dizzy today. Make hard party yesterday. The VR mod I'm waiting for. And I saw VR modders that was able to finish a VR mod in a few weeks, Far Cry and so, but this is probably a bit harder. They have, I don't know, BattleBit have probably many equipments, many weapons. I don't know. Maybe there are only 3 weapons, and only a med pack, something to revive people, a repair tool, Battlefield Hull, rocket launcher. I don't know what it is. Why the mod is still not here. Look, I have a comment 1 year ago, and when he was late on the party, he even not react and release. Nothing. We heard nothing about this incredible VR mod, man. This is so appealing. You can play with flat people. You can play in VR. Full, yeah. I love full servers. I love VR shooters. I love chaos. I need full servers. 64 players, more players, most of the time. More is better. There are exceptions. There's bad map designs. Or we was back in the day playing on maps with 64 players that was designed for 32 players because of the console period. Battlefield 3 was designed for console, and after that they go to the PC and included 64 players. So we was actually playing a few maps that was designed for 32 players with 64 players, like Metro, and still become very popular. People start learning to handle this frontline situations in this rush modus. But of course, it can be a clusterfuck. It can be base raping. Hold on, wait. Huh? Ah, okay. Battlefield. In a nutshell, you have these 3 type of situations. You are in a winning team, you are in a losing team, or it's balanced. It's a back and forth. You enter a server, Battlefield, and the enemy team is winning and base raping. So you only spawn on your base and you can't get out, and your base is around it from the enemy team. Base rape situations. This is the downside of these games. It can be unbalanced. So you have 4 players in your team that is AFK, and because of that you're playing against high competitive players. So there are 4 high competitive players in the enemy team, and everything is freaking unbalanced. And yeah, one team is hardcore. Come on, what? Where's the word? Is there a German watching right now? Leiden of English. Yeah, painful. No, this is not the word I'm looking for. Let's switch the topic. Oh, look. Wait, we are not done with this video.
It's a huge leap in ambition for the Breachers studio, moving from tight squad-based battles to enormous maps for up to 32 players with drivable vehicles. Keep an eye out for early access launch on MetaQuest 2 and up, PCVR and Pico in late 2025.
Wow, PCVR.
Make sure to join the game's
But
Discord
it looks
channel
ugly
to follow
because
with development.
developing for the Quest in first mind, because there's the money.
What the VR Game Showcase is all about. A dedicated
And I know the secret, how you make money. Listen now, when you are there, you are a Quest game developer, and you are here, listen. You give your game out for free as long as it is in beta, early access. You need a good game. This my example is only working when the people get hooked. When your game is so good, they need this game. A good multiplayer game can be a daily guarantee fund for a player. So when you give your game out for free on a Quest platform, as long as it is in early access, the kids will overtake this game. They will start to make them comfortable in the game. They live in this game, making friends and party and making role games. They don't play the actual reason of the game, killing each other. No, they're hanging up. The phenomenon what I see nowadays, that the next generation is not killing each other or are not competitive anymore. Playing on deathmatch servers, you see nowadays the next generation is playing role games. They are not interested in winning the round. This is really interesting. We was different back in the day. We all want to win. We all want to dominate. And of course, back in the day, it was more real life. You was making parties where you met with your friends and everyone come up with this PC and we eating chips, drinking cola all night and playing Counter-Strike, LAN parties. So it was a more personal time back in the day. I visit people to copy games. I visit people, real life people, to get information and I take my hard disk and copy my games that I collected. I was a boy. This was one of my hobbies back in the day. So I spread video games, forbidden video games in Germany. It was appealing for me as a kid, man, to play Wolfenstein, Doom, and all these forbidden games. Oh wow! I was on the index. I play now a forbidden game. It was an extra touch. But I'm a real gamer. I play Super Mario. My first game was really Super Mario on NES. So I play really the Holy Grail in my childhood, perfect age. Of course, I'm a gamer. So when you grow up in this situation, you become a gamer. There's no way around. When you see the entire history, we have just a little bit hard for this medium. There's no way around, man. When you grow up with Nintendo, Super Nintendo, you see this development process. You become a gamer. Yes, when you're a kid of the 19. Let's continue. The VR Game Showcase.
Studio pushing the boundaries of immersion with considered mechanics that truly separates it from a traditional shooter. Now more than ever, it's a privilege to be sharing these titles with you.
Oh, I like this word. Privilege. Privilege. It's a privilege. We say this in German as well. We say Privileg. And sometimes it's so confusing for us Germans. So you make a sentence in English and you want to pronounce this one word in German. And then you forget how to pronounce in English and what is correct now, what is German, what is English. And sometimes it's mixing together. And yeah. Actually, English is just memorizing. Yeah, nothing more or less.
Today's show is
Like the driver license.
the incredible work these studios are achieving, especially in the face
But you should really understand what you
When you see
learn.
games you like, read more about each title on the VR
It's from Breachers Makers. Okay, they already did a good job.
Welcome back to the VR Game Showcase. Thank you for watching today, and thank
One
you to
shooter?
every team you're about to see.
Okay, I thought he
Let's
finished
more
now.
participation. Kicking things off, let's get a detailed look at how IO Interactive is reimagining Hitman World of Assassin.
Isn't it a nice function? Did you know when you hold the mouse button you can fast forward YouTube videos? This is really... I can't live with this option anymore. And I think it's not working in shorts. So I'm so used to it that I sometimes pressing on the shorts and it's... Damn, I swear it was working for a moment. But you can fast forward the shorts as well with holding... So, this is a personal preference. Someone is ranking the songs. Yeah, the GTA 2 song was not as bad, right? Actually pretty cool. They should do a remake in GTA 6. When you enter a bar, so this song come up with... I hear that many of the songs comes from one guy somewhere in Sweden or so. Even the San Andreas beat comes from someone in Sweden. I hope I say nothing wrong here right now. Shit, I can't trust my own brain anymore. This is cursed when you get old, man. I need to Google for a word Segen English. Blessing, natürlich. Fuck, I should know that. Damn. I say this so often in San Andreas. When I shoot someone, blessing, blessing. It's a blessing. When you forget something, that's what I want to say. Yeah, back. Finish this thoughts. It is indeed a blessing when you are able to forget. It can be really annoying, but can be also really good. So, for some people. But there are also people that have a wonderful life. They exist. And they don't know how hard we are struggling. Every day walking, standing up 6 in the morning. Fucking kids are crying. Money is not then the wash machine is broken apparently, and you have bills to pay. You're not expecting these bills coming up out of nowhere. And then you reach the beach. Oh, you reach the land. You have saved money. You finally there. You have a little bit on your back, a little bit Puffer. In Germany we say Puffer. Yeah, you say it as well. Right? Puffer. I saw video puffering. Is this the same meaning? You need a puffer, man. Finally able to save money, and bam, knock. There's a problem that you need to pay, and the money is gone again. Eh? This is never ending. Eh? Never enough. Even when I own more money, you get used to this more amount of money. Shipping dimensions. Doesn't matter how much money I will earn. I will always feel poor and compare to someone else. That is richer to me. So we should never compare to someone else. Because this guy you compare is also poor and compared to someone else. There's one guy that gamble his money. And for one guy is €10 everything. $10. For this one gamble guy is $10 everything. Yeah. And for another, just a shipping dimension, it hurts up after €1,000 or $1,000 or more for the next guy. But the machine is doing the same stuff on the amount of €1 or $1 or of the amount of $10. The machine is doing the same stuff. It's just a dimension shifting, and you have to ask yourself when it starts hurting, when you gamble with money, when it's time to stop. A really dangerous addiction. Yes, people think drugs are bad, alcohol is bad, and when you go to this normal type of people and tell them, yeah, gambling is dangerous, is a law. You can't destroy your body with gambling, and that's what you think in the first moment. But you have no idea how bad you feel when you lose control over yourself. You have a winning process, and you try to win back. This is the moment where the casinos start winning. When you try to win back, they start to win. You come across a situation that you win a little bit amount of money, but it's not enough. You put it back in and you win again, but you have less money than before. And it's still not worth to go home because you put much more into this, and you will, when you have no control over this, you will waste your entire money. And people start suiciding because of that, because they are not able to feed their kids anymore. And it's actually unimaginable that people lost control, right, about gambling. And I'm talking about slot machines. Right now, there's also poker is maybe more soft, but at the end of the day also dangerous. At the end of the day is poker and gambling as well, and you can have freaking good cards and the saturation come up and someone has 4 asses or a royal flush or something like that. This unexpected fucking moments, or you have a royal flush, street or full house. That's what I was looking for. You have a full house, but the most unexpected thing is happening. Your enemy has also a full house, but it's a little bit stronger full house. So this unexpected bullshit situations come up, and you will gamble and waste your entire money in poker. Poker is so predictable. In these situations, you should gamble now. You can build a feeling for this game. But at the end of the day, it can be always come up with situations that fuck you up. You have a little bit control, poker, blah blah. You can influence a little bit at least. And I don't think you need to be smart as fuck and count the odds and stuff like that. And patience. I would not claim that I'm a poker expert. Never. I'm far away from being a professional poker player. But it's really fucking true, guys. That when I play for free, okay, it's for free. And say the people take it not serious when they play with free money, free coins. But I win 90% of the time with my method. And I take much patience. I fold very long. I wait for my moments. And when the winning moment comes, and you have a little portion of luck as well, just a little bit, this will drive up your enemy crazy. And then is the right moment, in my opinion, to start to bluff. When you play a few rounds strong hands, wait for strong hands, and then you have a little bit luck, and then you have 2 times or 3 times more good cards, and your enemy is driving crazy. This is the moment where you start bluffing, when you get weak cards for a moment again. I'm not an expert, but for me, poker, you have this, you win, you lose, or you are maybe in the middle area. But more likely you are right now having bad cards for a moment, and then the moment come up where you have in a row good cards. And this can be 20, 22 one times in a row. It's possible to get the same color or good cards. Yeah? One time per day, it's possible to get a 20 to 22 run. For example, you play roulette, and you're tipping on this, you play colors, right? Black, red, and according to some scientists, once a day, it's happening that someone has 22 win streak or 22 losing streak. Yeah, 20. This is the maximum that is more is unlikely. So around 20 once a day, you have this 20 strike happening in the casino. So 20 times in a row, someone is betting the wrong color. And on the other hand, when you have luck, but it's all they're working with magnets, right? They can influence the game at the end of the day. When they want you, let you to lose, they have methods to let you lose probably when they want it. But also with normal statistics, you have also the green number, right? Let's go back to the topic here and watch this shit. Gambling is an interesting topic, especially when you have your own experience for years. And I was winning a lot. I was really winning a lot, and I play online with a provocated name. I create a freaking provocating name. Lost Control was my name, and it's a word for gambling addicts in Germany. The situation, the moment where they gamble everything and lose their control. And I thought it was kind of funny to use this. Oh man, I'm not focused at all, Leute. Again, another Hitman VR. So we got Hitman for PC, we got Hitman for Quest. Is this Hitman for PlayStation VR 2 now?
VR 2.
Yeah.
This clip is full of incredible insights into how IOI...
Do we have improvements? Let's brainstorm for a moment. Hitman on PC. The worst VR game that exists at one hand. It's beautiful because it's Hitman. Hitman has often very believable environments. The NPCs are believable. They walk, they're talking about topics in this environment, and believable NPCs, characters, believable world. And you have 10 of these worlds, different scenarios. So it would be beautiful in virtuality, and it looks actually okay when you found the correct settings on PC, VR, Hitman, but there was no room scale, so you was not attached to the character. When you move around, everything went black, and the character was bending like crazy, like a Muppet. So your own character, Hitman itself, you can't hold weapons with both hands, or it was feeling completely off. I thought, okay, the developer can't do it better, because Hitman was a third-person game, and maybe it's limited to make VR possible from a game like that. The foundation is just too bad to make a real good VR game. Or they was just lazy to go the extra mile and implement real VR systems, opening doors with hands, loading manually. Why I can't use this thing with my hands? So I think you need to press a button still, and this killing string. There was a few things that was really questionable and actually not good for a VR game. They tried. There was a weapon slot, a pistol. You can put the pistol away. The left hand was doing nothing. And it was also freaking annoying that your character was crouching as soon as you carry a dead body from A to B. By the way, one of the best mechanics that was still not good enough. So in VR, you can grab the dead body and put him somewhere else. But in this moment, the character was automatically, without asking you, crouching virtual. So and in VR, you crouch actually physically. Or you press at least the button and have control over this. But it's just one of 1,000 examples. VR Hitman on PC. Pronounce it wrong again. No doubtly the worst VR game that exists. The worst VR port. So, and we don't know if the developer was lazy, there was not enough money, or it was just not possible because the game foundation don't allow to make VR mechanics possible, to change not too much up. So we have a different game at the end of the day. It's not Hitman anymore because of this VR mechanics. Broke everything. Who knows? Yeah, I also really like when they are able to keep this gaming feeling. This mechanics just ported in VR. And I think Batman did a good job. This Batman VR game. We need stuff like that to perfection. Then VR will be great. Not just that we have this Beat Saber punch moments. We need more of this stuff. Do this in this moment and then grab someone, and we need to extend this entire concept, idea. And yeah, we will see what the developer will do. For me personally, I reach a point where I'm saturated from VR and it's getting harder and harder to me to have fun. I'm sitting on a bunch of new VR mods. We have Halo, we have Crysis, we have, what wasn't Halo, Crysis, there was more? Yeah, Far Cry last year, there was still more. I forget some. There's so many stuff now to play, I have no time, and I need to ask myself if I really want actually open my Explorer, look at the start file, Crysis VR or Halo. I never play Halo 1 completely back in the day. It was on Xbox. I visit a friend, play a few levels. So this is fresh for me. Absolutely, I love, and this would be like a new game, Halo in VR, the classic one. But also just playing old games again in VR. It's often so long ago that it feels like new again. The exception is Half-Life. You will not forget this here and there moments, but still, when you not play a game for 20 years, it's like new again. What is better? Watching a new movie that is bad, or you watch a freaking good old movie again that you don't saw for 20 years? I don't know, is it a part of getting old, or is it just me? But it's getting harder for me to get into movies. Maybe have just a big selections nowadays. But I start a movie, 15 minutes, and I feel that I'm not hooked, not listening. I'm in my brain completely different. When the movie is good, I'm listening, I'm watching, I'm in the movie. And some movies are able to catch me. Hit the right topic, mysterious, that wake my interest. And this is different from person to person. But this is so rare. It's so hard to get. And this is also the case with video games. We're getting old. I think when you're getting old, you need sometimes to stop your hobby and try new things in your life, new challenges. I am now 5 years in VR, and it was interesting and to see how everything developed and how far we have come. But I feel saturated. So now there was everything there that I actually want to play. There are only a few things that I would like and love to play now in VR with motion controls from start to begin. One of the GTAs, and doesn't matter which one, with motion controls, all the games would be great. Give me GTA 4 or 5 would be the best, San Andreas, doesn't matter. One of these games with motion controls, with driving, with motion control, everything, this would be a holy grail, and this would be still interesting to me because you can do basically everything in these games. And how far can the developer implemented all these VR systems in a GTA game, because you can fly with motion controls, you can drive vehicles with motion controls, you can shoot weapons with motion controls. There are dancing mini games that you can basically do with your body when they included this VR implementations. I think there's no limits. In case of San Andreas, this is ridiculous what they can put inside, how much walks they can include to make a VR game of it. Flying a chopper with motion controls. There are probably more. So many mini games, and yeah, you can download a fuck mod and then use your hip. I'm just kidding. But I get saturated. After 5 years, I did everything. I'm looking for a new hobby soon. Or in 2 weeks, I found something that hooked me again, and I'm in love with VR. Ironically, I bought now the best CPU, and I'm prepared to play the hardest games in VR, so the most intense shit. But my graphic card is not the strongest. It's 3018, high middle class, one of the highest middle class cards. This 3018 is much stronger than the 3017. It's still a different dimension, but there's the 4000 series that is stronger, 5000 series, of course. But the 5000 series feels like, not bullshitting, verarsche, a scam. The 5000 feels like a scam. When you look the raw performance increase from 4019 to 5019, this 15% more frames that you see in Cyberpunk raw performance. This is the true nature of these new cards, but you not see this cards, the 5000 series, performs freaking good on high resolutions. So when you use multi-sampling, compare with the 4019 is only able to get 20 FPS because of this upsampling, and the 5019 that actually offers only 10% more performance, raw performance, is able to keep higher frame rates on freaking high resolutions. That sounds stupid what I say, right? Raw performance 5 to 10 FPS more in Cyberpunk, but you can increase the resolution like fuck. And when you do this with the 4019, you get only 20 FPS. And according to these tests, they were still able to keep 60 FPS or even higher with this 5000 series. Crazy shit I'm talking here to you today. Enjoy. Record me, make embarrassing memes for me. I don't care.
As players live out Agent 47's greatest adventures like never before, they can dual wield an arsenal of over 100 different weapons.
This looks better! They improve it. It's true, PlayStation 2 has now the best Hitman VR version. This son of a motherfucking Hurensohn bitches don't upgrade the existing PC version. They don't care. Damn it, they think, this few VR players. What won't they do? Give me a bad rate? It's not damaging my reputation. You VR players not enough? Really, man, why they come up with this nice Hitman versions and don't upgrade the PC version on Epic Store? Why they don't update this for me of PC as well? The worst VR port that exists. I explained 10 minutes ago and was not stopping to talk about that, how bad Hitman is on PC. I never saw a worse VR game port. It's a port. Execution? No. Man, there are two words that sounds very similar. I swap them sometimes. I think executions has two meanings, right? Or I'm wrong. Oh, let's don't waste time with this word. Come on. This is also annoying when you try to stream in English and you're so bad like me. I'm actually proud about this little bit English that it was better a year ago when I was really daily talking English, and I was also learning here and there a few words, vocabulary, while I come to a point it was not necessary anymore, but still there are always words left, always. For a not native speaking, you can learn English words to your end to the life, probably. These words that no one use or rarely get used. And then this business English.
Be careful, Edith. This is getting weird.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know.
I'll get you out of this. Somehow.
Looks like just another horror VR game. Bro, don't get any excited anymore. I need a new hobby. Spent 500 euros for a new CPU, and now I realize, hey, when I was upgrading my PC and it was a construction building for a week, actually I built two PCs. Because my old parts that was flying here around, I make again an English word. I know I use this word already. Not recent. Vorübergehend auf Englisch. Temporary, yeah boy. Fuck's sake. Temporary, yeah. I found the word, but forget what I want to say. Horror games. Hold on, this looks cool. This was Ghost Town, right? Probably a game that is good for girls and women. And of course, all for males, of course. I would expect that more females are interested in a game like that. And there's nothing wrong about that. And I by myself love to play from time to time horror games. It's the most immersive stuff. You have not just the game, you have not just the VR, you have another element, and this is fear. And fear can increase in VR the immersion tremendously. There are probably people that have problem with fear, never able to play VR. Probably they drive crazy if you would set them a VR headset on their head and Half-Life Alyx, grab is jumping, and there are probably people that can't handle something like that. So you can probably get tired. Guys, how late is it? It's not really late, but I get really tired. Look at this. VR elements. No, not VR elements. We say VR implementations. This is the correct way to describe this. Yeah, we saw something similar like that in the Alien game. The front art, I saw this front art in the 19. There was a Formula 1 racing game that used exactly the same front art. No one cares. Is this a Dead Space? This is this Dead Space game I was hearing. Oh, the scream sounds like Dead Space.
No one gets in or out unless I say so. Please, you gotta help me out.
Graphic is again standalone, no? Yeah. People don't want PCs anymore or powerful game consoles in combination with a VR headset. Should be a PC already himself. And the ridiculous thing is that people still claiming it's too expensive. Yeah. Is 300 euros expensive for a VR headset? Delusional people. They're so far away from reality. Bro.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, this indeed is front art. Yeah, this is good. Right, we have a Dead Space-like game coming. Maybe I should keep playing VR. Maybe I don't sell my PC. Yeah, when I was upgrading the PC, I realized that the few games that I have on this headset that is playable without PC was actually enough. Good, there was sometimes a moment where I thought, oh man, how's activating the PC? And on my PC there's unlimited stuff. There are thousands of games, terabyte full of space, stuff that you can play, try in VR. Unlimited. I have tons of games. Now many people know this They buy this game, play it for 50 minutes, and the next day they're going back to the game that they like to play daily. So I need to stop lying myself. I just need one VR game, one good VR shooter. Actually, I don't need any single player games probably. The exciting time is over for me. Trying this game in VR or trying this in VR. Bro, I saw everything now. Yeah, it was nice in VR, and how they want to surprise me now after 5 years. When we talk from classics, 4 would be also a good game. Call of Duty 4, in my opinion, also a very important, influential shooter. Was absolutely was to make a VR port, but then it's over for me personally. There is no games anymore that I really would like to see in VR. Lost Planet. I'm probably the only one worldwide that want to play Lost Planet 1 and 2 in VR with motion controls. So wish will be not realized. Portal 2 is coming. This information is absolutely fresh. Information come up half hour ago. A game? What? Okay. I thought it's a date here. 1993. It's a page number. So 5 years ago, I heard about a VR mod and I want to play. It doesn't matter which game it was. It was something special to see any game in VR. Some normal games playable in VR as mod. This was so special that it doesn't matter which type of game it was, I would play it anyway. But now we come to a point where I often see VR mods from games where I don't care, don't give a fuck. What the game is this? No, you make a VR mod from this and this game and time change. Saturated. So a real Battlefield, man, in VR would be also appealing for me. Of fucking course. But then, when you ask me personally, there are no wishes left. Everything is playable now in VR, and I'm getting tired of this virtual reality thing. So this is my desktop, and somewhere is a video running in the background. I can't find it. Everything is off. It was Twitch, a little window there or somewhere. We can play now a mini game. You see the picture. What type of game is this? So we see here, nice graphic. Real life hands, mixed reality. Is this a cooking simulator? Is this maybe another restaurant game where you have customers with different wishes that you need to cook quickly the food? Or is this just for learning how to cook? No, don't look like that. Exciting, ha 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 ha. Probably one of the oldest English wordplays that exists that I know for not a long time. Exaggerating expectations. You can everywhere put an egg.
Transform your play space into a totally legit store to craft and sell 100% legal goods. Or you at least 50%.
This is this type of game that to have one day fun. You have visitors. You show them VR the first time. This is a sweet game for that. Say this guy's looking stupid and funny. Maybe I'm completely wrong and this is a freaking good game. For me it looks really shallow and after a few days boring. We have thousands of these VR games that are in 3 days boring, but they are often this type of games where you can come back in a few weeks and have fun again. Drunken Bar Fight, for example. When you're the type of fighting guy and you have fun to release your pressure, then this is a game for you. Breacher is usually one of the better shooters that I don't own because I have Pavlov. I'm happy often with one good shooter. Too many VR shooters fuck up your brain, muscle brain. Is this the right word? Muscle brain? Brain muscle? Brain memory? Muscle memory? You fucked up your muscle memory. When you start playing too many shooters, I can only talk from me. I personally can only be good in one shooter, or I can most of the time only be with 3 weapons in a shooter, not with all. There are often some freaks that are able to be good with all weapons and master this and learn the weapon patterns and make science of this. But I have just the easy key, play the same weapon over and over again, master this fucking weapon to the overtop so that you start hitting targets without thinking. It's becoming natural to aim without aiming, shooting without aiming. And you wouldn't believe, when you never play VR, how easy you make headshots out of the hand without looking. You wouldn't believe how often you will hit in virtual reality targets where you would expect, oh, I need to aim hardcore accurate over the iron sight to hit the head over there. And yeah, so it should be also the case with real pistols. Despite they have power, right, when you shoot. But with a lot of practice, you can probably just shoot out of the hand, bottles, to build a feeling for this. Hard to describe. And the most powerful thing, the iron sights. So anyway, one of the little bit better VR shooters, and they did something own. And this was a smart thing. A complete own VR shooter, not another Counter-Strike style. And we have no good arena shooter. That is at the moment popular. You can count Population One more or less as arena shooter. Another free-to-play game now, but still exists. So you see, this little amount of players shouldn't be spread in all these VR shooters. So you are all alone in your VR shooter. When we have too many VR shooters, we have empty VR shooters. So you need to come up with really, really something special good that the people are convinced, yo, I leave Pavlov behind. This is the next generation. I want to play this type of game in VR. What can convince me to leave Pavlov, where I built muscle memory skills over the last 5 years? Why should I leave this game where I'm so good at it? Why should I start a new shooter, start from zero, die for a week until you learn the weapons and the situations, map knowledge, map awareness, stuff like that? Bro, I'm happy when I have this, I overcome this. And this is 5 years ago now. Bro, let's move on. Too many VR shooters. This is just what I try to say. Not enough players to spread all these VR players into this VR shooters. It's just not possible, bro.
Works, special gun packs, weekly challenges, and more. But Triangle Factory also promised new gadgets were coming to the game. And
VR is so sad. We got 5 years ago VR Junkies? Nee, Space Junkies. A freaking serious AAA arena shooter in virtual reality that has it all, almost all, but the player base was just too small. 4 years ago, the game died. If I would show now the nowadays VR players this game that 5 years ago, Space Junkies, they don't believe their own eyes how good games already exist, but just died. This is the risk with shooters here in virtual reality. Not enough players, or they just go back to the shooter that they master. And indeed, we have not a good looking Battlefield in virtual reality. There's Wardust on PC, and they released Wardust on Quest recently, and they make a big mistake in my opinion again. They directly release it for 20 euros on Quest. A platform that is most of the users are kids that can't afford 20 euros game. And when they just get a bit information about Wardust, they see this is a fucking cheap version. The quality is not good from this Raptor games. There's Wardust, there was more games like that. The only really good thing that Raptor, that was the name of the stable Opus, they managed to drive vehicles in virtual reality. 5 years ago, they was the best at this. They was able to give us good motion controls, controlling a vehicle in virtual reality. This was the first vehicle that was feeling pretty good, and it's probably the best. They are the best at this, at least. These Raptor Labs guys. Yeah. But the games themselves are, and Wardust is extremely arcadish, far away from simulator. For example, hardest example is when you enter a tank, you see your tank in third person in a virtual reality game. And you aim with your hand. It's arcadish and it feels great. It's fun. Also helicopter controls perfect in Wardust. That's all I want to say about VR shooters. And the moment state is we really desperately need a good Battlefield in virtual reality. This could be an opportunity to get all these players that just daily play Pavlov or Onward or Constructors that daily guarantee fun. You need to get them away and show them new stuff that is more interesting. Yeah, and it's hard to convince gamers like me that are happy about the stuff that they already master in shooters. So another shooter is like beginning at zero, learning again. And I can't believe that there are people existed that do this. But I know that some people are so good that they're able to master a game in 3 days. I saw it with my own eyes. Back in the day, Battlefield 4 was released. Man, after 3 days, there was one guy that have unlocked everything in a few days, and I thought, wow, I play much. And then I saw this guy, bro, everything unlocked after 2 days. They master one of these weapons already when I need a few days longer. I often struggle with map knowledge. I need map knowledge, then I can start grinding. And the muscle memory weapon thing, right? You play for a few weeks the same weapon, and then you get a feeling.
And uncover hidden secrets as you fight through ever-changing challenges. With its first instinct combat system, Zitz lets you pull off style.
Another multiplayer? What should they do? Multiplayer are always risky on VR platforms at the moment, and I think
Dashing, striking, and chaining abilities with ninja-like precision. This is one experience you won't want to miss. Wish this now on Steam and
No, I
launch.
remember what I want to say. A single player game needs maybe much more effort and is also, of course, risky. You do a lot of work, and at the end of the day, no one cares about your story.
And it's available right now. Combat system, Zitz lets you pull off stylish.
I remember there was VR game, Paradise Hotel or so. Extremely good graphic, and the flair was like Bioshock. It was looking like Bioshock, the levels, but you was spending minutes figuring out what to do next. And the game was where to go next, what can I press, where can I interact, how to move on, no tips. And this game, yeah, despite it was looking so good, catastrophic. And this is, again, personal type that someone has realized his vision, his personal vision, that is not good for the mass. So, I like to have a game about in a hotel in the last floor about this and this. So someone realized his personal vision. There's nothing wrong about that, but you can estimate, is this mission mass compatible, or is listening my stream? Respect, bro. We did a little bit long party yesterday. There was a reason to celebrate, bro. I have holidays. I repair my car. Optical. My PC is almost back alive. With the hardest, but the most reason are just holidays. So, and I know people that do this daily. Every day, after work, drinking alcohol, making parties, smoking weed. Bam.
And speaking of herb games,
So I so used it. Met the people after work, sitting in a consume, watching movies. So I'm not like that. I'm often alone after the work. Drive at home, especially when I have late shift. Why should drive 8 p.m. to someone and it's too late. And I by myself have sometimes late shift, and I need to get up next day at 6 in the morning. So I need to give attention to these games. Hold on, quality is so bad here. It's probably just the resolution here. Yeah, we have a winner here. Dead Space in VR, but it's look not spooky. In my opinion, not spooky enough, not dark enough. Man, Dead Space was so hard to finish the first time alone. So you prove balls when you finish a game once alone, like me. I did it. I know other people did as well, but there are also thousands of people, and this is not a lie, that don't finish a game because of the sounds and music. You never knew, is this now a dangerous situation? Is there someone coming or not? The sounds just drive you crazy. Dead Space was not a kindergarten age. But once you finish the game one time, you know exactly where the dangerous situations, where the shock moments and stuff like that. And where is the music really indicating a dangerous moment? This was not so clear in Dead Space 1, and I love this aspect. Bro, this music don't tell you what's going on. Not always. Nowadays standard, right? The music stops, you kill all monsters. Danger, gone. And yeah, Dead Space. Oh boy, it looks, yeah. This is Dead Space like. Maybe they just need a bit more light. It's not too dark, but... Bro, this is no AAA, no? It's not AAA. You see this. And plus, it's standalone quest, so no high fatality possible.
Do you have any questions?
Anyway, this game is probably cool. This was probably one of the better ones, yeah.
Play solo, or if by some miracle you have a friend in this joint, team up to run the business together in MR.
I hate these party games. So this is often the thing that you see this colorful stuff and you think directly, shit. It's your brain that say you directly, this can't be good, right? But in VR, this low poly, simply looking games looking so beautiful sometimes in VR.
As an acolyte of 6, you and up to 2 others remix reality, shaping each run in unexpected ways. Swap enemies, change gravity.
PC and Quest look so absurd.
With its first instinct combat system, the top combos,
But it's good, right? And sometimes that's what count.
striking and chaining abilities with ninja-like precision. This is one experience you won't want to miss. Wishlist now
Voice test, mic check. Yeah, there is a hidden best VR game that looks super shitty.
on Steam and Quest ahead of launch later this year.
Gun Riders is one of the best VR games, but it looks so cheap that when you see gameplay on a display, you wouldn't believe that this game is any good. But the gameplay is, yeah, perfection almost. Almost no one knows about this Gun Riders game or played at least once. Many people know this is a freaking good game, but somehow it's not, many people don't talk about that. Because it just looks so silly. It's like you always think, man, take this game mechanics and great graphic overall and you have a fantastic game.
You're seeing exclusive footage of the PSVR 2 version.
Gun Riders definitely also better than Population, though, in some cases, game mechanics. But no one knows, no one cares. What you got here? Robots fighting in VR? Is this a game for you? This game lets you use probably hands. Wonderful ways to implement VR controls. Grabbing things, punching, use the saw, holding something. Yeah, when you're a fan of this stuff, I would only play it if this game makes fun. So but from the look alone, it would be not appealing to me, this game. So this is a typical game that I need to test and then, oh, this is fun, this is good. I can't make a final conclusion as see this gameplay. But I see here, wow, aliasing as fuck. What is this? PlayStation VR? Pro. This developer is probably playing on a Rift or so. You wouldn't believe how bad it's look in the VR itself, and you see here already flickering on the display. Yeah. Look, it's flickering here. Oh! So, when I play on 100% resolution, yeah, then this here is 60% resolution. I would consider this as 60% resolution scale. This game has no anti-aliasing. Bro, this is the lowest resolution. Look at this. Look closely. Oh, the video resolution itself is also not high enough, but you was able to see aliasing, horror aliasing. Oh, catastrophical here. Oh, this must be so painful to look in VR. I rather see temporal anti-aliasing blurry image instead of this flickering crap. It can be flicker, but not. At the end, it's like something is moving on distance. From alone, it's moving from right to left. It's just flickering, but for you in the edge of the eye, it's like something is moving. This proves that our hardware is still freaking far away to manage VR. Because we still use temporal aliasing, super sampling, blah, blah, blah. When we play on native resolution without aliasing,
The Arrival launched over 10 years ago. Since then, we've heard plenty of masochists
On recommended resolution, you turn off aliasing and stuff. You wouldn't believe how horrible these VR games looks. It's actually not acceptable without aliasing. So, and if you would increase the resolution to a point where it would be acceptable, bro, the newest graphic card is not capable to do this. So actually, we are way too early for VR. What we are doing, we need still a few generation graphic power, KI power, but we will see. Maybe they will change everything in the next 5 years. A new technology come up, AI, KI. The best scenario would be that they say, hey, you don't need to buy PC hardware anymore. We have this and this KI engine that makes this and this. You don't need this PC power anymore. You are connected to some servers with KI. This could be the future, guys, that we don't need any consoles or PC hardware anymore. There can be really a revolution is knocking on the door, maybe. I would be already happy to see NPCs that you can talk like in real life. Just KI NPCs that are believable. This would be already a new generation of video games. And they are capable to do this, but they are too lazy to do this. Oh, Cell Shader Look. Is this how you pronounce this? The style? Borderlands style, and Borderlands himself has stolen the style. The developer of Borderlands have really stole this entire style that you see in Borderlands. Stolen artwork. And they never give credit to the real creator that come up with this style. This looks good. Wow, we have a good game here. Just I'm too lazy to install a microphone. This is great. First time. They can clever cut this gameplay together. The first thing we need to take a closer look is their animations. I hate when they all fall at the same animation, and then we have sometimes the same enemy, two of the same enemy also, and it looks so ridiculous when they both. I'm not sure, but I think I saw something like that. And they try to hide it and cut, next scene, cut. It looks, on the first look, pretty good. It's easy to give a wrong conclusion. Unreal Engine game. See the textures that look so realistic. I think only Unreal Engine is at the moment is capable to do this. I could be wrong. Oh, I make so hard party. I need 2 days to get back in life. I shouldn't stream it. I'm not clear in my mind. Talking, only focus for 3 minutes. And after that, I
Play Exoshock in closed early access. Join the Discord to apply.
Drawing inspiration from games like Helldivers 2, Warhammer 40k, Halo, and Fear, Exoshock is a co-op shooter that aims to be a leap forward for PvE shooters in VR. It delivers intense shootouts and endless replayability, with tactical gameplay and dynamically generated missions that ensure no two encounters are the same. It seeks to redefine visceral cooperative play in VR. Look out for more information on the MetaQuest and PC VR early access launch soon. If you're an influencer or press head...
Shut the fuck up, asshole. Did you not hear that I'm talking? Can you not stop the video automatically when I'm talking? Huh? Yeah, I'm asking for too much. There was a few interesting things here. Yeah? To be honest, we got Dead Space. A bit disappointed about Gone 2 Developer. Why? Do you have this big amount of fans of this game? Why I ask? Because it looks not like a new game. Come up with something new. Gone 2 looks like Gone 1. I see no difference.
To bring the full version of the roguelike.
And the ironic thing is, I have still a free version of Gone because back in the day, 2017, they put it in the internet. The developer of Gone put a free version to test on the internet, and after that, a year then when internet start growing, VR starts growing, they start selling a full version of this Gone game, and it was not overly good. But for me, I was still owning the free version that you was not able to find anywhere online. When you play this free version, you saw already actually everything from the game. A typical sandbox game where you beat up some video game characters, and most of the time this type of games, a few days boring. Boneless. finish the story. You spend time in the
Play Exo
sandbox
Shock in closed
for
early
exactly
access.
2
Join
days
the
and
Discord
you
to
will never
apply.
touch this game again. Or you are
Drawing
the type of
inspiration.
gamer. This really type of gamer that love to spend hours in the sandbox games and create own scenarios. Bro, my tears are starting to come out. I say now come out. For tiredness, for boringness, for...
From games like Helldivers 2, Warhammer 40k, Halo,
Let's
and
just
Fear.
watch the video. This was the
ExoShock
idea.
is a co-op shooter that aims to be a leap forward for PvE shooters in VR.
Why I
It
can't
delivers-
talk clean like him? He has a good childhood.
ExoShock
That's
is a
right.
co-op
Good school, good childhood, no bad friends, no bad influencers. This guy come never across a guy like me.
shooter that aims to be a leap forward for PvE shooters in VR. It delivers intense shootouts and endless replayability, with tactical gameplay and dynamically generated missions that ensure no two
It looks good, what you see here. But under the surface, what I see directly good textures. This is the first thing come in mind here, bro. This texture's looking good. Yeah. Sag mal, look at this. Now maybe when you take a closer look, you see here the pixels. Huh? But when everything move, it looks really good.
forward for PvE shooters in VR. It delivers
So, look at this. This is what makes so believable. This industrial environment. Also, the weapon is not so clean. This is like in the Alien movie, or also back in the day Star Wars. They use props that was dirty, and the movie was at the end of the day more believable because of this dirty.
intense shootouts and endless replayability.
There was planes.
with tactical
There
gameplay
was not
and
Snow
dynamically
White.
generated
There was
missions that
dirty
ensure
a bit.
no two
And
encounters
this was
are the
much
same.
more believable.
It seeks to
of course.
redefine visceral
And you
cooperative
fly
play in
miles.
VR. Look out for more
millions
information on the
miles
MetaQuest and
through the
PCVR
space.
early access launch soon. If you're an influencer or press heading to GDC this month, scan the QR code to book an appointment for hands-on with the game.
This is ExoShock.
Now, one of the things we heard after
Look at the surface, pretty good. But I don't saw still the die animation.
Play
Is there a ragdoll? It's like he's hiding, man. Because when the die animation is always the same, bro. You can't come up with 2025. I don't get why we have still not in video games KI randomizers, dynamic. I'm asking for too much, man. We have now 3 years this fucking KI stuff. When are the groundbreaking games are coming? We are desperate, we are gamers. They're all lying to themselves. Oh, I have so fun with this and this game. No, only the few guys that grow up and play the first time in their life these games. Understandable that they have fun. But for many, like me, we are come to a point where we really need a revolution, something new. Like in the 90s, we got all 3 years something new. We was really so excited. Oh, what they coming next? Graphic generation. Oh, a 3D town where you can go everywhere, and a next limit is reached. Another boundary is broken, and now a new record is set, a new standard. After this game, your game is trash. Good example, GTA 3, legendary. You was before GTA 3, you was watching movies at home, but after GTA 3, you know how it is to watch a movie in the cinema. So that's how you compare this. After GTA 3, other games feel not like games anymore. It's not fair to say, because we have different genres. Sport games, racing games, and stuff. But GTA 3 was the first groundbreaking new standard. After that, after GTA 3, the game developers was forced to put a lot more effort into the games. A lot more. Bro, when you look at PlayStation 3D towns, the textures repeating over and over again, and no one was caring about this. It was, it's a video game. Yeah, of course the texture is repeating. No one wants to bring this like the Rockstar developers. There was no copy paste, and no corners look like the other corner. They did go the extra mile, and freaking early with PlayStation 2, a console where it was barely possible to realize what they did it, and they broke it. They broke my expectation, and they did it 3 times with Vice City, they come up and increase it again, and with San Andreas. The story of Rockstar game is legendary, ridiculously, and it's also very sad when we are looking what Rockstar has become, what money is doing, but when entire countries are living from this money. I don't know how big Rockstar is.
Enclosed
but
early access. Join the
if you
Discord
put
to
all
apply.
these members together, you have a little
Drawing
town.
inspiration from Exoshock is a co-op shooter that aims to be a leap forward for PvE shooters in VR. It delivers intense shootouts and endless replayability, with tactical gameplay and dynamically generated missions that ensure no two encounters are the same. It seeks to redefine visceral
Dynamic missions? So, it's like playing mods. Huh? I'm correct. When you play Doom mods, you get the same game in a different package. But under the surface, it's most of the time the same game. Of course, there are big difference to Brutal Doom and stuff like that. Or you play this Zelda Doom mod, but most of the time,
cooperative play.
even with heavy good mods, the best Doom mods, at the end of the day, you get another Doom game in a different package. That's how you and he's saying exactly this
In
is
VR.
happening to this game here. You can play this game always. The level is
Play
always different.
Exoshock. Enclosed early access. Join the Discord to apply.
Drawing inspiration from games like Helldivers 2,
Helldivers 2, never play this. I miss a lot of games because of virtual reality that I play since 2017. I ignored so many games. And yeah, it's even worse. I don't know the names. I don't have any pictures in front of me when I hear these names. It's crazy. And we are almost 10 years VR soon.
Warhammer 40k,
Yeah. But the VR ports are coming. I can't play them all. It's not possible anymore. We reach now a VR time period where you can play until you die. So
Halo, and Fear. Exoshock is a co-op shooter that aims to be a leap forward for PvE shooters in VR. It delivers intense shootouts and endless replayability, with tactical gameplay and dynamically generated missions that ensure no two encounters are the same. It seeks to redefine visceral cooperative play in VR. Look out for more information on the MetaQuest and PC VR early access launch soon. If you're an influencer or press
Test,
heading to
mic check.
GDC this month, scan the QR code to book an appointment for hands-on with the game. Now, one of the things we heard after the last BRGS in August was that the show didn't do enough to highlight.
I like the name. Often it's really important to find a good name for your game. Look at my favorite VR game that I play since 2017. Pavlov. What a shitty name, bro. We all have to think about Russian when we hear this name. And fortunately, this game is a game that is Germans against Russian or Germans against Americans, World War II, but also Counter-Strike. It was a raw Counter-Strike when it was released. But the developer was actually going to develop a Russian against German game. Pavlov is a building somewhere else, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, and there's a dog guy, a Russian dog guy. His name is also Pavlov. Anyway,
Smaller independent studios. So this time around, we've been on the hunt for exciting, innovative games that fall under that umbrella.
good game is important, but we have so many games that the most games are names that indeed are used already, or there are already existing games with this name. And you forget all this Atari, C64 time games. Before Nintendo, there was already tons of games that took these names, claimed these names. So I think it's also ridiculous that we have nowadays a Need for Speed game with nothing else in the name, but we have now two Need for Speed games. One from 1990, and then they make a new Need for Speed game 2007 again, same name. Or also the trend with Doom, yeah? They say, the fans say Doom 2016, but the game name is Doom. Why is they doing this? Just a point or something that indicates a modern version of this game. Fortunately, again, they change the fonts, and when you see the logo, you know, okay, it's a different Doom game. But I come often across when I was looking for a game, and then wow, they already have 3 versions of this game in my entire lifetime. So when there was a child, there was the first version, and then they re-release it and remastered again.
Our search first led us to Wind Up Minds, a studio formed from former Meta developers that created the incredible virtual pet experience, BOGO. Now, BOGO went offline last year, but its creators started a new journey. A deeper virtual pet experience that would give each player a one-of-a-kind bond with their companion. The result is Stay Forever Home, a platform that doesn't
Stay
just
forever
provide
home.
you with a cute
This is
animal,
me.
but spend quality time building a relationship with them.
That's why I like to go to work, because yeah, no one likes to stay at home all day long. Everyone needs to go out. Everyone has a day where you want to leave the house, of course.
Hi, I'm Bernie Yee. I'm the CEO of
But I bet with you, when you have an entire week, a holiday, spare time, that you feel better when you go daily for an hour. You wake up, you make ready to go out. You can eat when it's your style to take a breakfast at this time. Everything fine. But I have the experience that when I stay at home for a few days, this is not healthy and not good. Especially when a person like me that is always alone, most of the time alone. Stay for 4 or 3 days completely alone. Some people don't know this. I've learned to live with these situations, often alone. But when I spend time with my friends for 2 weeks and I come home and sit here, I'm really struggling to get back into this loneliness activity. So that's the point where I really feel, oh, we humans are social creatures. So I come home and I should be happy that I have my quiet room, personal space. But some voice in me say, hey, where are your friends? Go back.
founded this with my team.
Is it over?
And I'm here to give you an intro today of our
After a
upcoming
few
game, Stay Forever.
days spending time with people, you can't go back. So anyway,
Forever is the heart of our game.
man, I talk a lot of bullshit today.
We designed Ember to feel real. She sees the world, she makes decisions.
I played a similar game recently with Unreal Engine Injector. Performance was bad. I should try this game again. I have a new PC now. But even then, this game was not appealing to me. Also, Cell Shade look like this here.
It's her mind.
You play Fox, you run around,
Most importantly,
jump over hills. I still don't understand the sense of this Fox game.
a place
This
to work
even looks
together.
better than this Fox game, I guess.
Relax and walk in a world of cozy activities and cooperative challenges. We want Stay.
Looks a little bit like,
your routine, like
just a
you
little
want
bit like
flavor,
Zelda.
all in 10 minutes. And when you come home, you'll bring a little of that magic with you. Thanks for joining. the
Sometimes I
journey.
wonder, I ask myself if this game would be more appealing to me if I would be younger. Because when I was young, I really enjoyed playing Zelda. But now I have sometimes a feeling, oh, this is not a game for me, this is gay. A prince that is trying to rescue the princess.
Can't wait for you to meet.
But I'm wrong, right? Zelda was a great game. Also here, the game mechanics, the puzzles, the temples, the entire concept, the systems, how everything is structured. You found equipment that you can use on other places where you can open doors. What I was going to say? Why I mentioned this?
and bring her back into your home.
Zelda's gay. Sometimes I come to my personal conclusion, bro, you don't like Zelda anymore. You're too old for this shit, I guess. And it's also count a little bit for Mario, man. I hate this sound. This yee-hoo! Man, I love Mario Galaxy. Yeah, I have even a picture of this Mario Galaxy. But this is the Wars game with this yee-hoo! This is really annoying, man. Other than that, Mario Galaxy, wow. I can't stress enough how good this game was. Also for me personally, it was Galaxy 2. I start with Galaxy 2 because there's Yoshi. Galaxy 1, probably also good as well. Also groundbreaking innovations. Mario Galaxy stands for video game innovation, for new ideas. Every fucking level come up with an own twist and an own puzzle system, and you get always surprise from level to level. Or now you need to turn switch and the lights go on and off, and another puzzle. And this goes on with Mario Galaxy. And even when you're a hardcore gamer, they have these stars that are really hard to collect. So you need to replay this level in a harder way to get this Sternschnuppe English. Come on, bro. This special stars. Really difficult levels. One of the best games that exist, probably. Mario Galaxy 2, 1, doesn't matter, it's the same game. And what so impressed me, I don't own a Nintendo 64. I was PC gamer. I play a few N60 games on my PC. I was, bro, man, my PC is strong enough to run a fucking N64 emulator. So I played 1999, really long ago. I was already capable to play on my PC. Zelda 64 a little bit. I hated Mario 64, so that's the topic I'm looking for. I never get warm with Mario 64. I always beat a few levels, but I found it not good. So the controls, the learning curve was freaking high. Probably if you would spend as a kid a week with this N64 Mario game, the first 3D Mario, you will learn and build muscle memory, and you will be able to play this still difficult 3D Mario game. Because the 3D games was still in the founding process, right? Camera angles was wrong, position was wrong, and clip yourself into the wall and you don't see anything, and then block your own view. And this was the recent state of these games back in the day. Oh god, we jump here from topic to topic. Man, I'm talking pretty much today. Coming back. Yeah, these Reachers, they did it. They come up with something new. Hey, these guys have not this type of shooter in VR. This could be what. Let's do it right, so the people will really want this game. Breachers. I played the demo, beta, for free, and it was pretty good. But I don't buy it because I just need 1 or 2 multiplayer shooters that keep me happy. I don't need 5 of them. And because I can't be good at all of them, I need to specialize always 1 or 2 weapons to perfections. I can't go 10 ways and fuck up your muscle memory. Yeah, you can't play daily with a different mouse. That's how it would be, right? If you would take daily a different mouse and to play your traditional shooter, you fuck up your muscle memory. So, in my opinion. But they exception. Hardcore players, they can do it. Learn quickly as fuck. After 2 days mastering games, these people exist.
And it's available right now.
Yeah, Preachers, pretty good VR game. Solid job. They did it correctly, and they let the people test this game for free in early access, so the people get. And this game is good. The Devil Opa can do it when the game is good enough and the people get hooked, addicted already. And as soon as the game charge money, they will immediately buy this game to keep this nice experience with his friends that they have. With this, or you play this game, you build your skills, you start getting better. Of course you buy this game, bro. Of course. And this method will always work on Quest platforms when you have a good game. When you have a good shooter, let it for free. But not in a few years when we have thousands of these free shooters, then it's over again. But at the moment it's limited. You can still catch players from other games. Yeah? When you are innovative, when you come up with innovation like Mario Galaxy. The name of this game should be Mario Innovations. So, Innovations, Galaxies, whatever. Mario Galaxy is full of innovations and ideas. That's why I play this game. But I can't play it anymore because it's so childish. So, getting old, man. Yeah, man. So, I mute the game and have fun.
Zix, a fast-paced co-op action roguelike coming to Quest and PC.
So Metroid is a more adult game. There is not this cute factor, Nintendo cute factor.
You and up to 2 others remix reality, shaping each run in unexpected ways. Pop enemies, change gravity, and uncover hidden secrets as you fight through ever-changing challenges. With its first instinct combat system,
I'm coming back.
lets you pull
I'm
off stylish,
going to pee.
over-the-top combos, dashing, striking, and chaining abilities with ninja-like precision. This is one experience you won't want to miss. Wishlist now on Steam and Quest ahead of launch later this year. The critically acclaimed Vendetta Forever is coming to PC VR headsets soon. Vendetta is a love letter to blockbuster cinema, with stylish, tightly choreographed levels that put you right in the heart of the action. Meatspace Interactive and nDreams will be bringing that full experience to Steam VR. But that's not all. We're also happy to announce that Meatspace Interactive is also working on all new levels for the game. They'll be available on PC at launch and arrive on Quest and PSVR 2 via a free update. Look out for both on May 8th, 2025. You're seeing exclusive footage of the PSVR 2 version of Underdogs. Developer One Hamza has teamed up with Perp Games to bring the full version of the roguelike mech battler to Sony's headset. That includes the Buzzsaw, Sandboxer, combat and anniversary updates from the other versions of the game. Not only that, but the PSVR 2 version makes full use of haptic vibration on the controllers, so you can feel every punch, slice, and smash inside VR. The best part is there's not much longer to wait. We're happy to confirm Underdogs arrives on PSVR 2 digitally on March 25th, with the physical version launching April 4th. Oh, and speaking of Perp Games...
Hey Kate, CR again. I hope everything's okay. I know there's been a lot to take in and wrap your head around. It'll be good when Lauren gets there to help you sell the house. Take a little load off your mind. Give me a call when you get the chance and we can talk. Take care.
The original Slender the Arrival launched over 10 years ago. Since then, we've heard plenty of masochists express their desire for a VR version. Perp Games and Blue Isle Studios are delivering on that nightmare this spring, with a full adaptation of the game for Quest, PSVR 2 and PC VR. Look out for more details very soon. Thanks to Devolver Digital for a fresh look at one of our most anticipated VR sequels, Gorn 2. It's coming to Quest, PSVR 2 and PC VR later this year.
Good selection of games. A few... Yeah, this one looks good. Oh yeah, we have I'm sitting in front of this list. Oh, there's still Postal 2 on the list. Maybe we see a little gameplay in VR already. I'm the 900 like. The 900 like I was the 900.
Closed early access. Join the Discord to apply.
Drawing inspiration from games like Helldivers 2, Warhammer 40k, Halo, and Fear, Exoshock is a co-op shooter that aims to be a leap forward for PvE shooters in VR. It delivers intense shootouts and endless replayability, with tactical gameplay and dynamically generated missions that ensure no two encounters are the same. It seeks to redefine visceral cooperative play in VR. Look out for more information on the MetaQuest and PC VR early access launch soon. If you're an influencer or press heading to GDC this month,
yeah, I'm an
scan the
influencer.
QR code to book an appointment for
No
hands-on
one
with the game.
cares.
And one of the things we heard after the last BRGS
Worst
in August
influencer.
was that the show didn't do enough to highlight smaller independent studios. So this time around, we've been on the hunt for exciting, innovative games that fall under that umbrella. Our search first led us
Team
to
Beef.
Wind Up Minds, a studio formed from former Meta developers that created the incredible virtual pet experience, BOGO. Now, BOGO went offline last year, but its creators started a new journey. A deeper virtual pet experience that would give each player a one-of-a-kind bond with their companion. The result is Stay Forever Home, a platform that doesn't just let you play with a cute animal, but spend quality time building a relationship with them. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Bernie Yee. I'm the CEO of the studio Wind Up Minds. I founded this with my team, and I'm here to give you an intro today of our upcoming game, Stay Forever Home. Ember is the heart of our game, a virtual pet inspired by the relationship our dev team has with our own pets.
The name is Staying Forever
We designed Ember
Home?
to feel real. She sees the world, she makes decisions. She
Sounds like
chooses
a
her
dream
mind,
to me.
And most importantly,
Forever Home? But only when I have the most recent game console, the most recent PC hardware. And yeah, this requires to go to work, so yeah.
she cares about what you're doing too.
At the end of the day, you need to sacrifice something.
There's another world right outside your front door, a place you'll explore together. You can take a relaxing walk in a world of cozy activities and cooperative challenges. We want Stay to be part of your routine, like having a perfect day with your pet. All
Is there any stuff that I'm interested? I need to show more patience.
PvE shooters in VR. It delivers intense shootouts and endless replayability with tactical gameplay and dynamically generated missions that ensure
We
to
got this
wind up.
already.
Now this is a tiny team
Stay
led by a
forever
former member of
home.
our
This is a typical game that can be good, but for me it looks not the type of game that will hook me. This is a typical, you need to try and see.
If you've been following their work on Blue Sky, then you might be familiar with this next project, which is layered with made-for-VR interactions.
Oh, did I underestimate? Typical first look and thinking, oh, what shit is that? Way too cute. But the first VR interaction was looking good. He was hammering a nail, and this was looking very smooth. Dear YouTube, we need an option. I have an idea. So when the videos are so long, 50 minutes or 2 hours or 3 hours, it's freaking hard to get to a point to find the correct seconds again. So there should be a zoom in function that you can find the correct spot. Something is off here. What's going on here? Oh. Mic check. Is it too loud? That's what I want to see again. It was so hard to find. You need really to check the numbers to find the correct position. Otherwise you will be screwed. You build stuff with your hands. Look how nice he throws the hammer. Pick it up. The nail is already there. Okay, and he don't need to hold the nail with the left hand. And we don't see if he puts the nail there or if the nail was already there. So maybe it doesn't matter. It looks like he's playing a tutorial. But there's another nail over there. Kids love the social interaction. Is this an avatar thing? This music instrument? Or is this just lying around and everyone can use it? These are cosmetics here. Or is this part of the minigame? Throwing snowballs is cool in VR. Yeah, constructors got a mod where you, actually what is the English word, man? Snowball fight? Is it snowball fight? Can you hear me? I'm done. I just will watch this video, finish this video, and then it's time for the bed, I guess. I'm really tired, I'm really done. I need to eat. I need to talk about that. This water. Why I see this type of water so often in video games? It's clearly water. The Zelda. I wonder if is this by purpose that they use this type of water? Let's compare. By the way, also a good Zelda, according to many people. I often start this game in the lifetime also always with Dolphin. Despite we are able to play it on console, I was always interested to increase the graphic and stuff like that, to play it in HD. And I like to adjust the controls. I was talking today often how genius my keyboard controls are that I set up when I change the default controls of a shooter or many games. But there are games with good default keyboard controls. Let's check out the water. That's why I'm... Bro, look at the water. Oh, it's a bit different. Maybe I judged too hard. You know what? This water looks better. There's probably different types. This Zelda Wind Waker, is this the name? Yeah, has different weather types, different water conditions. Despite it looks so simple. No waves, you know? There's no storm at the moment. But yeah, this looks obviously like this here. Just not in blue. I was not wrong, bro. 8K. Daytime is not optimal to compare. It's maybe a daytime moment with this water condition. But of course, we can't be all wrong. It reminds us on this Zelda Wind Waker water. Obviously the same style. I try to use this word now. You have something to learn. It could be a coincidence. I don't know. But the truth is that they know that this type of style just works well in VR. Despite its looks now on the display in 2D, not special in VR. This cute graphic has a different impact. And everything is round. It's not looking so cheap like some construction kits. Some VR games look all the same because they use all the same construction kit stuff. I'm not an expert. I'm not a developer. You know what I'm talking about. You can buy already vehicles for games and stuff like that. Even a guy like me can probably make maps and develop something nowadays. If I would take the time and at the end I would be not a good developer, of course now, but I would be able to learn a little bit to use this construction kits and build something over time. But maybe it was also not this hard back in the day. And it was really easy in the early days, 17, before I was born. There was this programmer speak language was really easy, or more easy because the games was not so complex. So many people learned programming to Amiga times because it was so easy. And I got not this opportunity because I was directly a fucking console gamer. I get this Mario game and yeah. C64 was in my neighborhood. Someone owned a C64. Was always more interesting to me, and I was always interested in computers. There was a computer shop in my street. This computer shop was, I blame this computer shop for that I'm still sitting nowadays on for here. I should go to the bed now, man. Bro, we need to summarize. Yeah, a few good games here. VR game showcase. Get Dead Space. I even think this cute game here is good. Of course, there's no final conclusion possible. We see only a little bit, but this looks all so smooth. All the things that we saw there, catching the fish and stuff like that. Everything was smooth, looking good. It's important for a game that is visually not so intense. Boy, guys, I'm so stoned and done. I need to go to bed. I don't want to fast forward. Maybe there's Postal 2 here somewhere. And this game looks also good. I should play now a little bit before I go to bed. Instead of watching this shit, using my rest energy that is left. Because after this video, I'm so tired. And the most stupid thing what I'm doing right now is not what I'm talking right now. The most stupid thing is that I'm sitting here with a VR headset and looking this in VR on a virtual monitor. And I only do this because I have no microphone, man. Best thing would be a room microphone that is fixed on a position and that is able to record the voice on any location in the room. I know this is possible with a real studio microphone and when you turn everything high, but it will record everything. When you start farting in the corner, this microphone will record the shit. You can't hide your sounds. I'm talking about the microphones that use an extra extender to make the signal stronger. Phantomspeisung. How the English word. Bro. Is this Halo 2? No, it's another VR game. I thought when I fast forward, this is Postal 2. A physics adventure. In a nutshell, it's Bone Labs, Boneworks, or Hell. Oh, we have too many games. Said I can't remember all these names. You need to know this is important VR game. One of the best physics-based games, 2024. And you need to search in your own library for the games because you have so many games that this libraries lists are so long. Oh man, Hell Split Arena is the name. Remember this name when you never play this game. But there's also this Blade and Sorcery game that I don't own. They never make this game cheaper. They stay hard to his price. I'm still waiting for a moment. Blade and Sorcery. There you go. $13 for a game that will become boring in 3 days. Or maybe in 1 day. When you're a specific type of guy. Bro, we all grow up with games with story, and this type of game makes fun. You try everything once. You be an asshole with NPCs, but I experience always that I get bored of this type of games. And no matter it's Bone Lab or Hell, Split Arena, they all was good playing once. Look, I have 15 hours, but also wasting much time in this mod menu. Oh, but 15 hours is still good for a game like that. Can't be wrong something. So I torture these freaks in this game. Is so fun. Someone give me this game. Shout out to Hoshi82, a very good YouTuber. He made content in German, and I know this guy since 2017. He's also an expert. He has the best hardware to play VR, and I'm pretty sure he's in the same situation like me, that he don't know what to play next because there's too much. Well, maybe this is just part of being an adult, getting an adult and old. So we have physics game, and it looks good. But there's much more physics game. Even Drunken Bar Fights is a physics game, and it's a pretty bad one. Don't get me wrong, Drunken Bar Fights is a good game, in my opinion. It was already there, 2017, and deliver you an experience, an extraordinary experience. So you can basically say to someone, back in 2017, I beat up people at home in a bar. Yeah. This was crazy to this time when this game was released. But it was shanky, there was always air to improve, and you saw a lot of games in your journey that do it just better than Drunken Bar Fights. And I will stop soon. I'm talking about this topic, but there is Drunken Bar Fights 2. Alone this is necessary to come up with Drunken Bar Fights 2. And then I read some rates, and the people was writing very positive things, but something was off. They only charged €3 for the game. It was in sale for a moment, and yeah, the first time I test Drunken Bar Fights 2, it was catastrophical, buggy, glitchy. They was not able to fight back, so we was unbeatable. Many of these guys. Oh god, guys. We just continue looking at this shit. Yeah, it looks still very good. What I not like in physics game is holding weapons. Often feels freaking shitty as fuck. And I'm pretty sure people can agree. In Bone Labs, holding weapons with two hands, also confusing. You have the opportunity to hold this weapon with grip or trigger, or both buttons at the same time. And in games like Bone Labs, Boneworks, it makes a big difference how you hold the weapon. If you just press the trigger buttons, and that's why it looks sometimes really awkward. Some people just hold a grip button and a trigger button. Some people hold both, and then it looks normal or clean holding the weapons. But yeah, it's confusing. However, for me, Pavlov found a good formula to reload clean in a VR game, because you accidentally grab wrong stuff when you're able to do everything with the grip button, like holding the front of the weapon, changing to a single fire, changing the fire modes. You will accidentally grab wrong, or yeah, you will do accidentally grab something, the magazine, or it's so annoying. And that's why Pavlov come up with an idea that you do specific things only with trigger. And this feels actually wrong to reload a weapon with trigger. So you press trigger to get the magazine outside. You press trigger to take a magazine and put it inside. And you press the grab button, grip button. Grab or grip? Sheesh, I should know this now. After all these years. I think it's a grip button. I'm pretty lost. Today, don't drink enough, baby. Don't eat enough. Don't sleep enough. But there was weed enough. Yeah. Bro, I'm just not myself today. This was a hard party, and I need a few days to recover from that excess. Actually not partying. It's so rarely, and I drink never alcohol, almost never. It's become more common for me since I work since I have my new job for 3 years, and especially at Christmas time, we drink a little bit alcohol. And I was always strict for years, no alcohol, was only smoking weed, and from time to time when I visit someone. But when I was young, teenager, juvenile, is the correct age that I mean? Yeah, we was drinking really hard alcohol, man. So we try stuff, right? You did as well. I don't know what you did. Smoke your first cigarettes when you was 13 back in the forest. As more you was able to drink, as more as you was as harder. Whoa, my English, I come to my limit. I can't actually describe what I'm trying to say. It's embarrassing and really painful. I thought I'm always really confident. I should drink, man. Nothing to drink here. And I'm talking so much that my voice and my mouth is dry as fuck. So it's time for bed soon. So I'm wearing this VR headset only because of this microphone. But here is a virtual desktop in front of me. And when you start watching, you sometimes forget that you really wear a VR headset. And as you can see, I wear it very open. And when you play a little bit mixed reality, it's mixing also this area from your apartment into the VR world. But actually, I don't play much mixed reality. But still like to use this headset without interface. I always want this. When I was owning the Quest 2, my face was really this pressure of this big VR headset. Man, I was desperately waiting for my Quest 3, and then I owned this Quest 3, but the strap was shitty as fuck. And I need to wait again to get this strap that finally allows me that this is balancing here in front of me. This displays perfect. It's not touching my face, but the pressure is now on other places, so it's not 100% better, but it's better. So the pressure points are here more, but your sensitive skin under your eyes, you should protect this area on the long run. But this can be different from people to people. Also a question of interface, how clean it is, if you clean it up daily. I'm sorry, so I try, of course, we're streaming here right now, so I try to talk about everything that comes in my mind. But I'm exaggerating today, clearly a little bit. This is a puzzle game. This is definitely not a Prince of Persia-like game. A Tomb Raider game. Deep in Dungeon. Flander. A dungeon crawler. Okay. Actually, I like dungeon crawlers when they are good. Can be nice. In VR, when they make it correctly, you need to feel lost and isolated in this deep in dungeon. Almost like in a Metroidvania, where you not know where to go next. But look at this guy here. Is this monster intimidating you? Something looks cheap and off. But I could be wrong, bro. It's probably wrong to judge games on this trailer here and gameplay. These developers get often a time period, so Meta come up and say, hey, here, this is the date, you need to give us gameplay or a demo at this and this time, you need to be done. So early state of the game, and they show gameplay. They have no other, yeah. And it's probably not wrong what I'm saying. I mean, you see nowadays often early beta gameplay, and then the final game was completely different. So they come up to this E3 mess. Oh God, come on, I need to go to bed. I don't want to embarrass myself any longer. We watch this thing now to an end, and then I can finally stop the stream. I'm so tired, man. My eyes, the tears in my eyes. Oh, Flat2 VR Studio. But I have soft. It's very often the case that I'm really tired. So around 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., around 10 p.m. Really freaking tired. I'm not able to play anything. And then 12 o'clock, you wake up and you are able to make party. You're able to cut off an entire forest. So let's finish the sentence. And what we got here, another shooter. Simple but good. Yeah, if I give directly conclusions. Yes, it looks good, man. Gameplay looks good. Everything flawlessly. But again, no high fidelity graphic. Not the attempt to come up with realistic graphic. Just not possible. Because they want to make money on Quest platform. This guy looks good, huh? For Quest quality. This one guy was looking good. I just guess this is for Quest. It's for PlayStation VR. What game is this? Flat VR? Is this a flat game? HoboQuest? Is this game exists already in non-VR? So I can get information about this game right now? Because this Flat to VR Studios was always doing VR ports and VR mods. They have a Discord server, the most important one worldwide. They become studios now. They really start to sell VR mods. And there's nothing wrong about that. I just want these classics in VR. We need Call of Duty and Fear. I don't know which game we else need. We have everything in VR now already. The new Wolfensteins. We need this new generation of Wolfenstein, the first one at least. The new Wolfenstein, New Order in virtuality would be really, really good for a brainless shooter that is looking good. Huh? This was one of the best shooters. They recreate Wolfenstein. They found, like with Doom, right? They did it with Doom as well. And this was also Bethesda, ne? Bethesda did Doom again and Wolfenstein. Maybe there are still a few games left. Resident Evil 4. PlayStation VR users can play this in VR. We need this on PC as well. When you ask me what I really want, of course, Resident Evil 4. Bro, I don't play this. Yeah, I'm so cold. I don't touch this game until I can play this in VR with motion controls. And when I need to borrow a PlayStation VR 2 eventually, but I will not spoil myself and play this fantastic game flat. Such a shame, because this Resident Evil 4 game is already, this new one, 2 years already old again. And who knows, maybe there will no opportunity come up to play this with motion controls for me personally, so that I don't know one that has a PlayStation VR 2 with this game. I will definitely not buy a PlayStation console and PlayStation VR 2. I spent too much money now for my PC. This is actually not the reason. I'm just a PC guy. I know her. She has a YouTube channel. Bro, I need to go to bed. Bro, I don't sleep the last night, man. So only 2 hours or so, and I'm streaming here. No, in this condition, talking shit, embarrass myself. She's beautiful, but I don't care what she's saying. Or should we jump back and listen? Concentration, focus, listen. That's what my teachers always said to me. Hey, you lose a little bit. She's more slim, huh? She gets more slim. And you know what? She used virtual reality probably to lose weight. Of course she do. But she's probably smart now, successful, and go to the gym as well. I take it back. She's probably not going to the gym. Is she really a gamer? Man, what has she do with Flat to VR? She's probably only there to promote the stuff. So Flat to VR is often considered as retro, because there are often these old games that you can play in VR. She's just a modern content creator, just with virtual reality. I don't know her backstory, but she's probably not someone that enjoy retro games in VR. So not like us. I don't hurt any feelings. What is she doing there? She's probably programming also. Jasmine. Oh, it's the end of the list. That's why I'm watching this shitty video. Postal VR. It will still eventually come here. Man, she looks really good in this video. Not saying that she is usually not good looking like that. Man, she was so really cute. Come on. How can I focus on this VR games when she is so cute? I like her stay to the ground outfit. Oh shit, man. Yeah, is this a horror game for younger people? Designed for younger people? I'm not wrong, huh? This looks like a game that can you give your 12 years old kids that can handle a little bit horror. Is there an age requirement? Oh shit, man. This was the perfect horror games for younger people, probably. Not too brutal, not too scary. The right amount. It looks really good, huh? On one hand, the character looks so simple, but the environment, the levels look so good. Here, lightning, high resolution textures. Not kidding. I'm not judging for wrong. Look. But there was something cartoonish looking. This looks good. Look at this wood here. So you see the wood pattern, and this is important in VR. When you stand close to these objects, you need high resolution textures. Thanks God, the most developer knows this nowadays. And yeah, performance is high enough. Quest is capable, and PCs nowadays are capable. There was only the GTX 918 or so. When you compare this power with the power that we have nowadays, and it's still not enough to make some VR games on distance visually acceptable with acceptable frame rate, or the dream 140 full FPS plus super sampling, highest resolution, 8K. Bro, we need a new Quest headset with eye tracking to save performance, so we can aim for higher resolution on the center of the screens. It's a shame that they not include this eye tracking thing. Quest 3 got it everything. Would be the most perfect cheap VR headset. With eye tracking, it would be unbeatable and would even stay for the next 5 years or so. But yeah, without this technology, eye tracking, we need a new generation, probably, because we reach a performance limit. DLS everywhere, fake frames everywhere. Intel reaches performance limit. They come up with over the same CPU, overclocked as fuck, and sell it as new one. Bro, what's going on in this world, huh? So the new Intel is the AMD. I learned this a few days ago, that Intel is not the best CPU on the market anymore. And this is actually not new news. It was always already clear years ago already. But the graphic cards, they are still not good enough. And when you're a VR gamer, you need like this more power as possible. Even the strongest GPU that you can buy right now, you can push this fucking 5090, you can push this to the limit easy, and you will still think in some games, some situation, damn, the resolution could be higher. Of course, I'm not sure, but I can't believe that still that the 5090 is capable of this resolution. I'm imagine playable on 120 FPS. Best to the end here, Postal 2. Oh, the all wear this. Can I get one as well? I will wear this at work on a meat store. So my colleagues see what I'm doing in my spare time. what useless stuff I'm doing in my spare time. And I give this dress a nice meat flavor. I need to investigate what these flat studios are doing. Is this really great news that everything is developing? And wow, it's overwhelming how much crap you can play nowadays in VR. So that I can't play this all. The Halo and fuck, bro. It's not as late. There was a few VR mods ready or not. Pretty recent VR mod, but not finished. You can't hold weapons with both hands. I think you would be able to get already a similar experience with Unreal Engine Injector. I don't know why there's a mod necessary, but I don't try ready or not so far with Unreal Engine Injector. Maybe there's stuff that is not working out of the box and there's a mod necessary. But hey, I remember there was slots on your body, holster. Yeah, they demonstrate in this mod that you can grab a pistol, grab a big weapon on your back. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And this is definitely not the case with Unreal Engine Injector when you download this out of the box. Yeah, well, that's all here. Is this video over now? Bro, did we finally finish this shit? Do we see Team Beef here? Would be funny. Postal too, oh my god. Man, this game is so shocking. It was so shocking. But still no one talking anymore. Only these retro gamers making reviews about this controversial game. Yeah, that's how the most English people finish the sentence. Controversial, bro. And it was indeed controversial. I never saw a video game where you was able, and yeah, you can call this innovation. You was able to pee. You don't saw your penis in this game. You just saw this yellow spring and this nice sound and this disgusting NPCs. You can pee everywhere in this game. And you can take a cat and put it on the gun and shoot. Crazy stuff. And the sense of the game, when I remember, your order is to go out for milk. First mission, you go out for milk. I'm not sure if I ever owned this game on my old PCs back in the day. I think I was only able to play this on my neighbor's PC. I was really broke, not able to upgrade my PC, despite I was learning a job, but the money was really not much in this learning year. So you learn the jobs for 3 years and then you get the real money. Ausbildung. There should be something similar in English in America. Wow. Whenever we found a topic, I don't stop talking. I hope we see Dr. Beef here or so. No, they just show the game and gameplay a little bit. Gameplay is a game. PlayStation VR 2? Bro, they help PlayStation VR with all these classics. Oh, there will be people that love this. But the younger generation will maybe not appreciate this so much. But there are no old games or new games. There are only good games and bad games. So maybe there are kids that fucking enjoy this old classics. And there's also a few recent games that get a VR port. Wait, here's the list. Come on, did they forget this game on the list? I don't saw it. Bro, they forget one game. And this name is so complicated that I always forget and don't know how to pronounce, man. Just found it crazy that they release exactly this game on PlayStation VR. This is really crazy. So the PlayStation VR community get classics. They can finally enjoy also classics in VR. And recent games like this one, non-VR, is it here? God, yes, there are too many games nowadays. It's ridiculous. Look at this list. I hear Fruss. Fuck's his name. How to pronounce this? Aeon of the Ruin. I don't like the name. Always struggling to remember this name, or especially today. I'm a little bit done. It's time for bed. Give your body a break. We see you the day after tomorrow. So, did we really finish this VR showcase video? That is actually not long and I need now 3 hours. We can consider this entire stream wasting time a little bit at least. Or should we celebrate? Look at this nice new VR games and VR mods. And did we not saw this already? Did they repeat here? Oh, here. Oh. Postal 2. Gameplay. The first not serious meant game. But the entire world was talking about the shock game. I need to investigate. This is interesting. Is this game come up before GTA 3? Huh? Or this game get probably full attention when GTA 3 was not there? I need to Google. When was Postal 2 released? 2003, very late. And yeah, when I remember correctly, it was very late. At the end of my Ausbildung, my learn time to a plumber. Yeah, the job that was Mario doing, yeah, I become plumber, but actually I would rather like to build PCs and stuff like that and work in a PC shop. And everything went wrong. My parents make pressure. You need a job now. School was over. And I thought I would be not my school ending. I would be not allowed to make a job like that with the school that I visit. But I was wrong. I was young and naive and didn't know it better. Because when you like something really, you will learn it no matter what. And yeah, this was actually my profession in my life. But nowadays, this type of shops are not working anymore. So you need to develop the trend, follow the trend. Look, if I would do this type of job, I would be probably around 2017, spend time with mobile phones. There was this big trend, mobile phones. I would sell them and get into this mobile phone technique. But I enter a complete different jobs string. My hobby's there, my interest there, and this is my job. Fuck this shit. You need to mix your hobby with your job, and you have no job anymore. Let me say it better like that. When you make your hobby to your job, you don't need to work. Easy and understandable, and it's so true. I'm one of these old guys that is complaining now. Oh, if I would do this back in the day, or if I would, but this is always wrong. You shouldn't blame the situation. Don't live in the past. Always enjoy the present time. Try to see the positive thing. Yeah, what's going on in this world, huh? World War 3 is going on here. Oh, I got Doom multiplayer. DOS using IPX walking on. This was my type of PC when I was young. Huh? Too much retro hurt you. I think there's probably nothing wrong about to listen old music from time to time. But I think we all humans need from time to time this one new song that hooks you. Yeah? To hear any fresh new type of music in the radio somewhere, and you decide, wow, this is this type of music, and that's what I'm listening from today. So you found a new genre, like dubstep or so, or what was there? There's so many styles of funk. So why I was saying this? Damn, I lost the intention of the sentence. Bro, did you know this fantastic new boxing game? It's probably revolutionary. And the reason for this is the first fighting game in virtual reality that works as a multiplayer. Yeah? To correct this, a multiplayer fighting game that works more or less in VR acceptable. If you would ask me 5 years ago, hey, what do you think about a multiplayer virtual reality boxing game? I would answer, how is this going to work? How is this supposed to work? I was not able to imagine that this type of game can be work against each other. So against a single player enemy, okay, you don't feel the punches, huh? You just see if you hit the enemy on the face reactions. Just look away from all those problems that exist. This game is fantastic. They did a good job and it's really enjoyable, playable. It has glitchy, weird moments. The net ping is completely off. So when your ping is way too high, the enemy see you in a location where you're not standing. So you end up seeing your enemy shadowboxing because he see you really on the spot. and you think, why is he boxing? There is no one. I'm not standing there. Why is he doing this? Yeah, this game is still not finished, early access. I hope they will solve this type of problems somehow. Man, I lost my voice completely. 10 minutes ago, I said I'm going to kitchen for something to drink. Here, I forget to drink. So both guys are height glitcher. Is this a thing in this box game? Of course. Look, you can stand up on your couch, jump up and down, and or you have something on your sailing. You can climb up. You can do stuff in your real life environment, and this looks really weird then here in VR, right? If I would climb up on my couch, I would look taller maybe. Or my shoulders are in a completely wrong position and I look like a monster like him here. He is standing on a chair right now or so. Also, this stuff is happening when you switch the VR headset. So you have visitors at home, they want to try VR. Or you have a friend and you play both together, this boxing game. What? Actually, a good idea when you guess out. Wow, the enemy never know if he is fighting against one or more people, right? And this game is very exhausting. So you can actually play with a friend. He plays the second round, you play the first round. Wow, and you have a freaking benefit when the opponent is fit like you. So not like a real sportler. Look, I play this game, fight after 3 rounds. I'm dying. I have no condition as if so. It's really scary how, after a short time intense fighting, how done am I? And yeah, real sportsmen, people are also exhausted from this game, but they are probably not as done like me after 3 rounds. So. But I even saw wars, people breathing like in a hospital, but unfortunately not in this game. You will not hear this breathing. Are many complaining about this not existing voices. These videos are going viral because of this not existing voices. It could be the opposite, that videos would even go more viral of funny situations when there would be voice. But actually it's a good decision that there is no voice, but they should do it optional, that when you enter a fight, you get a question, hey, do you want to hear enemy voice? And when one of the both, your opponent or you, decided no, both guys don't hear voice. But when both guys decided yes, they would be able to hear the voice. So there's an agreement, yeah, I hear your annoying breeze over the entire fight, or you hear this annoying kid over the entire fight. And this will be happening when you play on Quest. But actually, it was a good decision to not include this microphone. You would expect they come up directly with mic, but there are too many downsides. Yeah, this breathing would be very annoying from your opponent standing in front of you. But of course, guys, everyone would like to trash talk in this game. Boxing and trash talk, maybe they should, before the fight starts, give you a few seconds where you can speech to the opponent and trash talk. It would be pretty cool when they include something like that. But maybe this would get old quickly and no one say anything after a few weeks because they saw this moment over and over again before. Maybe we see a big bright future from this game. I really hope they can improve all these problems and mechanics and make a real good multiplayer fighting game. But they will never find a real sweet spot probably. There will always the opportunity to abuse the system because it's a video game and you are able to beat real professional boxers with some cheap moves and tricks. And kids have a natural feeling for this. They found something like that very quickly. And yep. Look, my favorite game is Pavlov, and it's actually released on PC 2017. And there are adults playing this most of the time, 90%. There was a time there was much more players in Pavlov PC. 2020 around pandemic time, much more kids. It was really full. Yeah, there was kids, but they are all gone. And now you see only adults. And at the moment, it's really worse. There's only the professional Pavlov players PC. But why I'm talking about this, there is Pavlov Shark, right? This Pavlov Shark coming up a few years ago on Quest, standalone headset. And it was looking catastrophical. It was looking cheap, low poly. When I saw gameplay, I thought, oh, this will be never happening. A good Pavlov on Quest headsets. It will be acceptable, yeah, barely comparable with the PC version. But then when they released the Quest 2, I don't know if is this a reason because the Quest 2 was more powerful, but I think they found a way to change the engine of this Pavlov game and to increase the performance. They somehow found a magic switch. We have 40 FPS more now because we're using this multi-core method, or they did something with this Pavlov Shark Quest version. The performance was worse. They found something, zack, and now we have 24 players, tanks, and this game has everything what the PC version also has, with a few minor differences, right? Visually, low res resolution, no lights and stuff like that. Less shadows, but there are still really good maps on Pavlov Shark, and it's full. At the moment, PC Pavlov is dead, and Pavlov Shark is full, and I lost again the topic. I visited Pavlov Shark for the first time, and I saw the glitches that the kids found out. Bro, these kids are talented to find ways. They think out of the box and come up with ideas. I enter Pavlov Shark 3 years of long Pavlov experience, but these kids come up with ideas that I never saw in this entire Pavlov life. So kids have sometimes not this gentleman aura. No matter how to win, I just win. So when the grenade launcher is the strongest weapon on the server, and he can make easy kills. Probably one kid on the server that is abusing all day long this grenade launcher and have no bad feelings. Actually, there's nothing wrong about that. But yeah, glitches and tricks and ideas to think out of the box. Yeah, this is the best way to describe it. I'm done, guys. Thanks for this weird stream. I don't sleep much last night, and so it's really time for me to go to bed now. We all know that we squeeze a few more minutes. So, time to stop the stream and probably delete the stream directly. So, here's the chance right now to clip stuff, embarrassing stuff that I did today. Download the entire thing. This was crazy.